Alright everyone, we are back in Crimson Desert. Welcome, Dried Moss here. We are 41 plus hours. The way that I track time playing my games is by looking at the title screen or the splash screen, the main menu for the PlayStation. And when you select a particular game, it tells you how many hours right there on that page. So I think I am at about 40, it says 41 hours, but I feel like I've played more than that. I don't know if the game itself is keeping track of the amount of hours that I play. It's something I'm going to have to look at. It would be nice to have the game tell me how much time I've been playing. Because I think the PlayStation hour mark on each game, when you select it before you launch it, I think might be slightly off. But we'll see. We'll try to get in there. Welcome. We are finding that Crimson Desert doesn't really need me to focus on its story as strong as that story is in the background. And it is. It's kind of a revenge story, at least for Cliff. I don't know whether or not the other characters, like what's her name? I don't know if those characters have their own stories like Cliff does. So that'll have to be something that we look at. My name is Osmandius, King of Kings. Look upon my works, ye mighty, and despair. Hey, Eldon. Welcome in. Alright. Still quite enjoyable. I haven't found anything that's pulling me away from wanting to play this game other than other games. And full disclosure here for anybody who hasn't watched this channel, I will be collecting information in the background. If you ever see me looking at the screen, which is my laptop's right here, if you ever see me looking this way or looking down and trying to type in information that I'm talking about, I'll try to commentate as I'm playing, as I normally do, and I'll try to bring this up from time to time, but I'll also try to keep it as a full screen here. And this stuff is, I'll get it up on screen here real quick. All this stuff up here. I know I kind of pointed my hand up in the air, but I take a lot of information. And if you ever see me typing, or I'll try to bring this screen up to share, but I also need to remind myself to bring it back to the full screen. Hey Eldon, yeah Eldon, you seem to be having a good time with Marathon, and something we'll have to play more. But if I ever see you on and I jump into your channel and you need a teammate, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just sit and watch and learn because I'm learning from you as well. I think you jumped over to Fatal Fury. I jumped in the car and then I had to go do some stuff for the Veterans Affairs office to try to get some tuition for my kids waived. Let me get my camera on here. So I was driving while you switched over to Fatal Fury. Hello, mate.
Time moves slow as frozen piss when there's no fighting to be done. Might as well put these idle hands to work and sharpen my blade.
Alright, for future logging, I snip about 15 seconds of time to write down the dialogue lines that come from NPCs. I did the same thing for Cyberpunk 2077. I walked around. I think I've got some 250 plus lines of dialogue from NPCs, the things that they can say. And I've primarily only done that for the random NPCs I haven't even focused on the gangs, like walking up to an Aldecaldo NPC and see what they say, because they are different. They do say sometimes different things. Like the NCPD generally says something that not regular NPCs will say. Tiger Claws will say something different, so I haven't even logged all of those, but it's fun to do so. You can join me anytime if you catch me playing. I'm always up for it. Okay, well, I'll just take that as a open invitation, and I will, if I see you on and I've got time, I'll just jump in and see if you want to play. Alright, Herspia, what are we going to do today? I have no particular goal. Exploration is the highest on my list while I'm playing this game. Simple, comfortable meandering, chatting, talking about what I see. I love how these NPCs are going about their business. I don't think it's similar to, and I don't know this, I don't think the NPCs are actually going to do jobs. I need to investigate that. But are these guys carrying pickaxe and a rake? Okay, go ahead. I will go around you. I will go around you. Moving around NPCs here is very precarious. This yak or bull that is following this farmer, where do they eventually end up? I don't think I've stalked NPCs yet in this game. I have done with Cyberpunk 2077. I followed NPCs to see exactly what they did, and they sometimes they do a pretty darn good job of doing random things. I really liked, and I keep forgetting the name of this game every time. It was kind of a futuristic. I think the main character's name was Aiden in the first game, and then they changed characters. Like every NPC you could recruit, and every NPC was actually doing something. You could scan them, and it would say what their schedule was, and you would watch them do that thing in the game, and I'm trying to figure out what it is. Can you butcher your horse and make some... No, you cannot. I've leaped off the edge of a cliff, and the horse will survive. It fades or gets pulled into like a collection of feathers, so I think there's an entity. I don't know how. I don't have a good grasp on the overall world story that's going on, and the entities at work. I think this bull just caught up to its caravan on its own, because I messed with them and kind of got in their way. Are these guys coming to me? Oh, okay. Let's. Now I'm very curious about this caravan right here. Yeah, but there's no... There can be instances where you can harm NPCs, but they will come after you. Your allies, I don't think so. I've been playing Baldur's Gate again, and I found out you can pretty much assault everyone from your allies. My current mission, I think I've completed it, is I have killed or abandoned all of the game box art characters. I am not going to have any of them on my team. And then I finally found one character that I was going to romance and just like carry on and bring into our fold, and strangest thing, ended up killing her in my sleep. Like sleepwalking murder. Very very strange game, that one. In a good way strange. Yeah, I witnessed the owlbear incident yesterday. Yeah, that was... We kept trying to do that until it finally just worked. as much as I feel Shale gets annoyed by the way I play, he's just allowing me to go do whatever. Every once in a while, Shale will say, hey, look over here. Hey, maybe you do that. And he rubs it in pretty hard when it's like, well, I guess you should have done that. It's like, yeah, but my way of playing is just crazy meandering, and I've decided to just be a deathmonger, kill everything I see sometimes. But he's allowing just like to do whatever I want to do. So we just decided to keep fighting that owlbear until the RNG, which I generally don't like, the RNG gods games. I don't like when a game heavily relies on RNG and there's a lot of RNG happening. It's not really skill based, but because there's a die roll mechanic and there's die rolls that you do in game and then there's die rolls that are happening constantly in the background, I generally don't like those games, but I really enjoy the stories that's going on in Baldur's Gate. Alright, me and my horse are just gonna sit here and be stealthy. I kid. Which brings me to another question. Are Americans eating horse meat? Well, it's not something that you go into the grocery store and find horse meat. Beef from cows is primarily what I would say is the only thing I've seen. I have personally not seen in any stores. Now, maybe off to the side somewhere, but horse meat. I'm sure some people are. But I think that's across the world. I've been to countries when I was active duty and serving dog meat and cat meat, donkey, alligator, horse, all different types of animals. I forget what country I went to where they were serving dog meat. And they brief us, they give us information. It's like, before we get off the ship in a foreign country, we all have to get a safety brief so that we know what the current climate of the country we're pulling into is, areas to avoid. Like even with our allies, like when we go into a location, there might be anti-anything, so just be wary of. And one of those things I do remember them saying is, hey, the horse meat here is very common. Dog meat here is very common, so these locations serve it, so be aware. Horse on a tightrope. Horse on a tightrope. Even the horse has a balancing mechanic, which I think is hilarious. Alright, these bandits need to die. I also feel the bandits might not be as aggressive as I thought they were, especially at further distances. If I just walk by them here, they may aggro on me, because I certainly get into a defensive stance automatically. But none of them have aggroed yet. I am automatically on the defense, but hey guys, have you seen? Whoa, hey, whoa, you guys are... I was totally gonna fight him anyway. Ugh. I want to see if I can parry an arrow. Come on, I want to parry an arrow. Shoot at me, come on. Shoot. I'm here. Loose. 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 Dang it. Nope. Alright. Got better things to do. China. Horse meat is easy to get in Germany. Yeah, I myself have never eaten horse meat. And again, I'm not saying that we don't have it here. I just haven't myself actively looked for it. I'd say pork, chicken, and beef from a cow. I think cows are probably the most consumed meat. All right, let's call in our good friend Damien. Damien. I'm going to say Damien. Alright, assembly point. I do wish that instead of there being a required assembly point, that they just appear and come to you. Hello, Damien. What shall we do? Man, look at her high heels. How does she... She can't possibly be effective in those. And I don't know if the game image is really, really dark for you guys. It is nighttime. But those heels have to be digging into the ground. It's style over substance is the phrase in Cyberpunk 2077. She's definitely style over practicality. I mean, I don't know. Can you fight in those? I need to watch a video to see, can you fight in, what would those be considered? Pumps? Heels? It's got to be super uncomfortable. But maybe that puts her on her toes more. And it's just how she fights. Hey, don't use me as an ambassador to America's culinary desire. I'm just saying I personally haven't looked for, and since I got married, I haven't really gone shopping for food in decades. I think maybe once or twice I've gone to help her shop, but she does that like on her own. And I love her cooking, so she does all the shopping. And while I was active duty, I would go buy food, but it would be like at a food truck or something like that. I'd leave the office and then go to a food truck, go to a restaurant, but I would never go buy food very often and then make it, because I know I could get better at home. Or she would make me a bento box, which is just a Japanese lunchbox. But I honestly, like, when you're out on the ship, you don't, go buy your food either. It's made for you. So, grocery shopping is very, very rare for me for the last 26 years. All right, my lady. Should probably do something. I think I'm going to try to play this game for 4 hours today. We're going to... Because I meander so much, which I really enjoy in this game, I'll try my best to actually get through. I'm surprised she doesn't call her horse when I call my horse. But she'll call her horse as soon as I get on my horse. Okay, I think that's better. I think they need to fix, and I'm going to make a comment on this one, because I'm noticing it's... Oops, I keep pushing the wrong button. I need to get pause away from being so close to the end button. Damn, I am grocery shopping every day. I used to when I was single I would only buy what I needed for the day. I would not go and buy for a whole week. I would go buy fresh what I needed for that day's meals. And maybe the breakfast for the next day. But as soon as I would never have a full fridge, I would have just what I needed. I hate Tupperware. I hate keeping food. I do like glassware there. I'll put stuff in glass, but I hate plasticware. I hate Tupperware. My wife has so much of that stuff. And, I mean, whatever. But I hate keeping food. Because one says, you made too much. It's generally not going to taste as good as it did the fresh way it was made, especially when it comes to crispy foods. Yes, you can microwave stuff and throw it back in the oven, but as soon as we met and then we got married, it's just been for the last 24 years. Yeah, zero shopping really for me. All right, sorry, my controller is dead, so I do have a backup controller here. All of my, I think PlayStation controllers are really, really bad with how long they last. These hold a charge, but I'd say maybe an hour at the most. I do have two controllers. Actually, I have three. I have the Elite PlayStation controllers. I forgot what they're called. And then I have a new one, which I got with my PlayStation 5. But this thing only lasts for about 2 or 3 hours. And I turn Rumble off because then it would last maybe 30 minutes to an hour. PlayStation controllers, battery lives are horrible. And I sometimes think that I get controllers that have been refurbished. I can't tell sometimes because there's just no way. It would be nice if there was a way to tell you're getting a brand new controller. I mean, it's clean and everything when I bought my PlayStation 5 Pro. And honestly, I think they should give you a better controller or this is a Pro controller. All right. Resume. All right. I do need to make a comment in here. All right, this is just feedback. I think this will primarily be in companions. Put in here. I'm going to call this a PF because they need to fix it. Actually, you know what? Probably just a PE. So they probably need to enhance it. Poor needs enhancement. I'm going to do speech to text here. If I can find my speech to text button. Where is my speech to text button? Where are you, sir? There it is. Hidden. Alright. Speech to text on companions and horses. I would like to see horses' companions come in more naturally when called to join the player. Right now they puff into existence or they don't show up at all. I would say that my speech to text on my computer is not as great as I'd like it to be. I would like to see horses / companions. Actually, it's companions, horses, not horses, companions. Companions, horses. Come in more naturally when they join the player. They can, again, this is just enhancement, doesn't really need to be fixed. It appears that it's better than it was before. Before, the NPC would sit there and whistle and their horse would never come. don't know if I'm spelling existence right. Or they don't show up at all. Okay. There we go. Alright, it's still pretty dark out. I don't know how well that's showing up on screen. It is a super dark game. I mean, when it should be. Let's see if I can brighten things up a little bit here. Alright, contrast. VSync, HDR. I wonder if HDR would do anything. To display images with a wider contrast ratio and vivid colors, this option requires HDR monitor. Alright, I'm going to try something here real quick. See if this shows up any clearer, or does it show up darker? I can't really tell. Oh, look at that fog in the distance. Now there's some artifacting there. You can probably see it. Or it shows mostly on my display. So I think maybe I should not be in HDR. There's some really funny looking artifacting there. I don't think that's showing up on stream. Let me... Sorry guys, let me change something. We'll turn HDR off. Vertical sync is on. Contrast. PSSR sharpness is way up. Preset balanced. We'll go to 60. Oh wow, that was the wrong direction. That was the very wrong direction. Let's go the other direction. Let's go to 40. 40 might be too drastic as well. Oh yeah, wow, okay, well let's not mess with that then. Okie dokie. Alright, read Alston's letter. Alright, let's get that done. Oops. Alston's letter. Use feature. Oh. Alright, another comment. Sorry, guys. It's what I do. It's what I do. Horse. I would say something needs to be enhanced. I would like to be able to interact with objects in my inventory, like reading letters, while on my horse. Currently, I can't fast travel. I can't interact with objects in my inventory while on my horse. I have to first dismount. There we go. I feel the speech to text on this picks up better when I'm talking constantly and I try not to do any punctuation. But if I pause at all, I think it just decides that the last word doesn't get typed in. There's the Institute up there. Yeah, I like how the horse actually has some kind of a balancing mechanic. You can see it kind of losing balance itself and it correcting. And I'm helping it there a little bit. Okay. I have to get off of the horse. Then go into my inventory. Alright, examine. I apologize for the rather courteous way this letter has reached you. There are those who disturb the peace, always prowling nearby, leaving me no choice but to act discreetly. Have you heard of the Skullstone Institute? Oh, that's the one that I just mentioned. It is a place devoted to the pursuit of knowledge and the study of all things in the world. Lately, however, I have sensed something unusual there. It may be nothing, but I cannot shake the feeling. Could you meet with the dean and see what you can uncover? The Institute rarely welcomes outsiders, so you must first acquire their attire from the Hernand fence. I've had to do that before. Tell him you are there to collect the belongings of the alchemist, and he will hand it over. And one more thing. The Institute cannot be reached by ordinary means. When you happen upon a dead end, try calling upon the power of nature. Huh. What do you mean the Institute can't be reached by ordinary means? What do you mean? I've been up there by normal means. Or maybe that's not the Institute I'm thinking of. What institute is that? Oh. What institute is in front of me? Yeah, the Skullstone Institute. I've been up there before. Huh. Okay. Well, guess we'll fast travel back here. Alright, let's get some breakfast. And your allies and companions. Oh, sorry, I still have this up. Your allies and companions can't join you on some missions. It may be just the cutscenes, but...
Hail, stranger.
Try to say hi to the people.
My baby's gone and called me Pa at last.
I've heard you say that so many times.
I was so happy I couldn't get a wink of sleep.
Those children never sit still for a moment.
Children learn by watching what adults do.
Don't they do?
Good day and all that.
Jendo. What's up, Jendo? What's up, man? For some reason I can't pet you. Oh, there it is. Gotta build our trust with the pets. It's alright. Tell me where Timmy's at, lassie. Tell me where Timmy's at. Don't growl. Everything's okay. I just jumped. Alright, is that it? Is that all? Nope, we're getting another +5.
Man with arms like iron has turned up round here.
Rumor is a man that has arms like iron. How much more petting you want? Alright, that did it.
Kindness for a poor soul. Oh, I knew I could count on you.
You can, sir, you can. Alright, let's go. We need to go around here. It's a weird darkness shadow thing going on right there. Weird. Very, very weird. Yeah, so as soon as you get... Okay, that's something I don't like. I'm going to need to make a comment on it because I keep mentioning it. Dang it, I keep hitting the wrong button. Let me pull this one down away from... I'm going to be kind of adjusting some stuff here. Let's go to share. Let's put this one up there. Let's put this one up here. All right, that way if I inadvertently click it, I'm not clicking away from or... All right. Actually, let me put share at the top. I'm just getting tired of inadvertently clicking the be right back button. All right, that's game, share. They're right next to each other. Cams kind of down at the bottom, but it doesn't matter. But let's keep game at the top. Okay, let's go over to the share. All right, and this particular comment is on companions. I think that they could enhance it. Or maybe I should say PI, improve. I think I'll change that right now. I like PI better. Yeah, no, I think enhance is the right. I think enhance is the right one. I don't like how companions are disbanded every time Cliff's story comes up in a cutscene. It would be nice to see the companions that you've decided to hang out with. Yeah, it seems you bring a companion along with you, they're just sort of there during the outside stuff, but if they're with you, why couldn't they just silently stand behind you? Or and again, these are small nitpick things. See, there's no reason why she couldn't just stand around with me.
That mine was a true work of art.
And it's kicked me all the way back over here for some reason. I think I have to be somewhere over here.
Greetings, stranger. I'm in a good mood again today.
You gonna go walk around?
Feeling light on my feet makes the day pass fast.
Other than greeting NPCs and having them be their own kind of trust level, their dialogue isn't anything like super
Rations
special.
Are running late. My stomach started chewing on itself. Best thing you can do as a soldier, get on good terms with the quartermaster.
But then they do stuff like that, which for me is new. All right, for future logging. I don't know, maybe we do come through here. I don't understand why they're calling it a fence. It says visit the fence.
I'd do anything to have a ride on it once more.
Quit standing around. Go tidy those shelves.
Yes, right away.
You think this junk's worth coin? I asked for luxury goods, not used trash. You think we're running a bloody warehouse here?
Are you the fence?
Eh? A free sword? Which corpse did you pick clean? Let's have a look.
I'm not here
Out
to
of the
sell,
way.
just picking up something.
Yes, sir.
You say you left something with me? Don't feed me lies. Huh? It's a fake.
The alchemist's belongings.
Oh, you mean what Master Aluston left with us? Ah, right. Just a moment. You! Out! Go on! Get some sun! Get some fresh air! Out means out! All right, come on in. Here's what you came for.
These are scholars' robes from the Institute.
You've a keen eye. They're issued only to Scholaston attendees. Wear them, and you'll have no trouble gaining entry to the Institute. Now then, safe travels.
Okay, so the fence is a title for some type of trader, and I mean by Trader, trader, not Traitor, traitor. He's a trader, not a traitor. So I don't know how I would pronounce the difference between those two.
Please put in a good word with Alustin for me. I've taken good care of the goods he entrusted me with.
Oh, why do I feel like his voice has changed? Can I... Why would I want to buy this? Can I buy paintings? Can buy that one. Why do I want to buy this? Oh, it would be... No. Yeah, interesting. Look at that doll. Now I want to collect the dolls. I don't know if I can.
Why do they keep asking for parsley?
Alright. Alright, so we now make our way up to... And I think I'll fast travel just for the sake of time. Are you...
I saw a horrifying bug at the beach.
Are you... Are you befriending spiders? Make sure I captured this one.
I saw a horrifying bug at the beach.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting that there's spiders around here. A white dog. So long, little buddy. You having a good day? Chasing any cats? Chasing any mice? Chasing any people? I wish I could give them, like, meat or some type of dog food. Maybe increase their trust a little bit more with me. Alright, off to the Institute we go. We've been there before just because I wanted to explore over that direction. Which, as you explore in this game, I highly recommend that you try to find a fast travel point because this map is huge. Yakety yak! Don't come. Is that a yak? Are you a yak? Can I pet you? Is a buddy? I'd rather ride this thing. Don't jump! Don't do it! Don't do it! Oh, he's just moving out of the way. It's like, I'll rest somewhere else. Alright, so we're here at the Institute. Quite an interesting place, visually. I have traveled here and explored around a little bit. I have yet to do a mission here, and this is the first one. I am walking relatively slow, because if I come across any bugs or things that I haven't... Oh. Is this a Romeo moment? Is that horse? Is this a play? The horse making an announcement? Just in case I come across flora or fauna, insects, I'll want to interact with it for the first time to add it to my knowledge. don't know if this was the right way. I don't think this goes all the way through, but we'll check. The more I learn, the more I know. Alright, let's move over. It's gonna be awkward for me to climb this. Actually, let's go back this way. Let's do it the way we should do. Alright, I'll pick it up just a little bit. Hooah. We want to make the approach seem epic. So we will walk the way that the rest of them should. Whoa, 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 whoa. Gee, is that an eagle?
Oh, my back.
It might be your size.
What's up?
Hi.
Hi. How are you? The approach. I know this isn't the most interesting thing to watch somebody walk, but I think characters in games, the way that players play them, is not how that character would actually be doing that thing in that world. And this is unique for a game like this, that I enjoy the meandering nature of the game. I got $30 from Xbox rewards and now want to spend them. Yeah, I think on general, I think I've got a bunch of $50 ones. I think I'm close to getting one right now. I think I'm at 46,000 points. But you get points from playing Game Pass games, which is good. You get points for purchasing things. So I've definitely gotten some
I wonder how the research in the sky.
some full games from Xbox rewards. Oh, I already passed it. I passed it. Why did I pass it? Meet the Dean. Oh, I walked right past the Dean. My bad, my friend. My bad. I walked right past you. I'm coming back. Coming back. I'm looking at that orb at the end of this walkway, and I'm showing it's got low resolution, low detail in the model. It just popped right there. Alan Wake 2, Tainted Grail, Street Fighter 6, Stuff or Lies. Tainted Grail is really good. I reinforced Tainted Grail's world for the board game that I have, and that board game is epic. It's a very story-heavy game. It's from Awaken Realms, and they've been making some amazing, amazing games. Board games. But they're also doing video games as well. The Tainted Grail is a really good game. I like that world. And it has high praise, so they did a really good job with it. Street Fighter 6 is never bad. Alan Wake 2? I thought you already had... Wait, I thought you already had Alan Wake 2. Or maybe you're talking about something else. I thought you already had Alan Wake 2 and
What's with the
Lies
stare?
of P. I thought you had already played through Lies of P. Or maybe you got it on Game Pass and you're thinking of buying it? Who's the Dean? It's probably the guy in more expensive robes.
Such dangerous ambition in such skilled hands.
Oh wait, I've bumped into you. You were down... He was down there doing something with this... I've definitely met this guy before. Dean Grunder. Add that to my database.
Ah, I was so absorbed, I didn't even see you standing there. I am the dean of this institute, though still a student myself. My work is to study the world beyond, bound to this one. What is it that brings you here?
Alustin sensed a strange energy and asked me to look into it.
I understand his concern. We pursue knowledge beyond this world. To seek
honestly,
the unknown is
if
to
I could
invite
recommend anything,
unforeseen peril.
if you've got money to
We are
save,
not blind to that
I
truth.
would get Tainted, not
Why
Tainted
do you
Grail.
continue
I would get Tainted
such
Grail
dangerous research?
out of that list.
A world beyond,
But if you
linked
don't
to
have
ours
Crimson
by a
Desert yet,
hidden passage. They may appear separate.
I think
but
you'd
two
really
worlds
enjoy
are
this.
one. If more souls could reach that place, a brighter future would surely follow.
You press on at your own peril. Do you think it'll pay off?
Chaos is on the horizon. We must arm ourselves appropriately, with knowledge. Come with me.
I did, but it's not on Game Pass anymore, and there's also the DLC I haven't played. Alan Wake 2 would make sense since 1 is definitely one of my favorite games, and Tainted Grail looks damn good. I mean, I could show you Tainted Grail really quick, but I think I even have it here. Or maybe you've seen me play it. I like Tainted Grail's world. Because I've explored a little bit of it in the board game. And that board game is massive in its narrative, in its mechanics. Feels very RPG-ish. I love the way the combat works. It's like stacking cards in like a sequential order can help with combinations. I love that system. But Awakened Realms has made some amazing games. Grim Coven's really good. Ether Fields. Tainted Grail, yeah, really, really good game. All right, we're walking with the dude. I like how they have a very different
There is a
walk.
scholar I wish you to meet.
He's the first of
He
his
stands at the
giant.
forefront of abyssal research, a most brilliant mind.
He's the one that sounds like
Not
his
everyone
stature.
can reach the abyss. Most cannot hope to cross the threshold. Have you set foot in the abyss?
I have.
Few can claim that distinction. Tell me, what was it like?
It was filled with strange energy.
As I suspected. The abyss seems governed by principles wholly unlike those of our world. Many scholars here, myself included, devote their entire lives to its study. Your account alone will prove invaluable. Some may even envy you for it.
I've been really surprised with how easily the video game industry has been
If you have
attacking
truly set foot in the
really
abyss,
good game
he will
studios.
take keen interest.
He's working on another experiment as we speak.
Larian Studios,
Each
the
failure
creators
has
of
brought him
Divinity
closer
and
to
Baldur's Gate
success.
3, have been
What
saying
Alustin says
Crimson Desert
may
is
well be tied
like,
to that work.
not a good game. And David Jaffe, the creator of God of War,
We're
has
here.
said that the way that this development team
Octavius.
has somehow stereotyped
guest.
goblins, and it is
A
blowing my
great
mind how
sent
dumb
by
these comments are.
Alustin, come to aid you in your work.
It would be as if I said, oh my gosh, Pearl Abyss, the creators of Crimson Desert, have decided to give Cliff, the main character, Oh my God, wait for it. Black hair. Ugh. And just these are the kinds of comments that are coming from developers and creators that I used to admire. And now I'm just like, what are you talking about? And David Jaffe has responded by saying, oh, you just don't talk on my level. Like the people that are responding to his comment about, I guess, the way Pearl Abyss is stereotyping goblins. And he's like, well, it's a conversation that's been going on longer than you've been alive, and you can't talk on my level. Well, and then the commenter would be like, well, just explain yourself. And it's just sort of seems like an individual that is sort of wrapped up in their own creative bubble. But again, it just seems very, very odd, some of the comments and the way that industry leaders, Larian Studios, coming from Larian Studios, they said that Crimson Desert's just and it's always development studios that are outside. Like this is an Asian development studio, and this game is doing way better than some of the stuff that the rest of the industry is even trying to do. I think it's the same thing they did with Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate was so good, then industry was starting to attack it. Like, just everybody make your own games.
If you could just give us a moment.
It's funny.
Tomorrow at this very spot, I shall open a path to the abyss. You can have a hand in it, so long as you don't get in my way.
Don't mind him. He speaks harshly, but he will be glad of your help.
Yeah. Like, what's the point? Like, I welcome Pearl Abyss now. Anytime I hear Pearl Abyss, I'm going to be thinking, wow. It's like CD Projekt Red. I didn't really know who CD Projekt Red was until I played Witcher 3. And then I was like, well, I'm just going to keep an eye on it. And then they announced Cyberpunk 2077, a game in my favorite genre of all time. And here we are, like, they're like one of the top studios. Yeah, for some reason, every game needs to fit in some kind of mold. And like, why are we cookie cutting? Like this, here's a goblin right here.
How do you do?
For some, I don't have any clue what they're talking about at all. Sorry, I was going to zoom in on this goblin and look at it, but I clicked a button, which I think went into this cutscene.
Now then, shall we begin?
What is it? I don't know if you can see the goblin over there, but what is it about this goblin that's stereotypical? What kind of topic? It just came out of nowhere. Everybody in the... I'd say the majority of people in the industry are praising Crimson Desert, and you can see just the amount of increase in gamers and fans of Crimson Desert have just exponentially risen. And then a developer, David Jaffe, just comes out of nowhere with a comment about, oh, come on. And he literally says, like, oh, come on, seriously, Pearl Abyss? Why do you do goblins this way? And I need to read more into it so I can talk maybe more intelligently to it, but the general thought process, I guess, is Pearl Abyss is stereotyping goblin design. I was like, David, listen, man, I appreciate the God of War, but where is this comment coming from?
Ruin to us and the town. I was racked with shame and guilt, but my pride would not let me abandon my work. So,
speaking of studios,
today,
I read that the studio that made first Berserker Kazan is shutting down. There's a lot of great studios. I don't know. Like the industry itself, I think, is in a very, I don't know, tumultuous. I don't know if tumultuous is the right word to use. In a very rough patch, especially with the, at least from what I've heard, the expense, the price. Well, not only from what I've heard, but what I've actually seen. Like I was going to get a PlayStation 5 Pro, and I think the price used to be $699, but it went up to $799. And I think now, if you want to get a PlayStation 5 Pro, it's around or $899. Like the prices are just skyrocketing because I think they're taking all these chips and processing entities for AI, and because there's such a huge swarm for the industry to have AI do the majority of the work, which I'm not really opposed to AI. Maybe if we let AI do some of the grunt work for things that we can save our time, like as humans, because our time is finite, and we can create more at a faster pace with guidance from us, certainly. I have yet to see AI. I mean, it's probably possible. Could AI create everything that I see right now? I imagine it could, but it would become uncanny. But AI is getting pretty good. And I've used AI. I've used it for creation. I've used it for anytime you have a screen here, like the starting screen was AI. I just said, hey, use a Pearl Abyss themed starting soon screen, and it created this. There's a little bit of a difference in this character up at the very far top right of the screen. It's not quite what that character looks like, but I just said, make me a starting soon screen, make me an end screen with text only themed after Crimson Desert, make me a pause screen or be right back with only text on it, make the background less busy. I use AI because, again, it is a tool, and I don't have the money to be spending. So I'd say for small entities that need to get a push, get a roll starting, that don't have the time, I think it's a good thing. Activate the lock device switch underground. Okay, so I have to go underground. Cliff steps forward and makes his debut as the controller of time. I don't know how to get underground. How do I get underground? I have to think of a line I heard in a song. Comparison is the thief of joy, but most people are addicted to comparing and just adapting the opinions of others. Yes, I am very... I have been prone to do that. I have been pulled into adopting others' perspective. I try not to do that as much anymore with strangers. If I know those people and I've interacted with them and I've been able to have dynamic back and forth conversations, then maybe I'll let them guide me. But to make their point of view my point of view, I think is a disservice to myself for having my own ideas. But yes, comparison is the thief of joy. Like, it's not like that thing. Oh, too far from the area. Okay, so we need to stay here. I feel like I should be going down there. It says activate the lock device switch underground. So do I... Alright, we're going to jump here. See if it says I go out of bounds here. Alright, we're still in the area. Okay, we are on the right level. Oh, here we go. Puzzle time! Strongbox component. Maybe I should have looked at what order I was supposed to do this in before I came in here. Ah, it's one of these. Okay. Ha! Yeah, comparison is the thief of joy. 100% on that one. I need to do it myself sometimes as well. I do compare to other games. And I do use the reference and the experiences that I've had, and I think that's okay. And I have said, man, it'd be nice if this had this because I've experienced it in that game. But certainly, if you can look at something on its own and never compare it to something else, if we could also just imagine that a game or a thing, a person, a book, a movie is the only movie in existence, without comparing it to something else, just look at it by itself, how good is it? And I do not expect every game that follows Crimson Desert to be like Crimson Desert, because Crimson Desert did it. Insert the batteries. Alright, maybe that's up top. I might have to go up. Can I climb on these things? Test. Testing. Nope. Alright. Oh. I'm not climbing on that. Alright, let's go back up. Oh, oh, oh. Something new. Something new. I saw it. It was over here somewhere. Gotta collect all the butterflies. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. This is a swallowtail. I've collected so many different types of butterflies. He's walking slower, like, it's very laborious. It is a steep set of steps. Alright, the dome is down. Alright, batteries. Imagine they're talking about these. Hadouken! And honestly, I think you'd enjoy Crimson Desert above all games on your list. My God.
Behold the gate at last perfected. Success is within my grasp. He who breaks the chains of convention.
Well,
and
no, I
seeks
don't.
the
I take that back. Knowing how I know you'd appreciate the game, but I think it might have too much outside of what your preferred gameplay systems are. But
Wait, is that so? Something's not right.
Stop!
Let go! Do you think that?
You've lost your mind.
May you all bear witness to the gates of a new world opening! My calculations were correct! I was right! According to plan, just a bit more!
Stop this!
No! My work is almost complete! If I were to stop now, I cannot prove my hypothesis!
oh shit!
Screaming! Are you all right? Oh my goodness. What happened?
I might
here?
get it from a sale, but
Are
right
you
now
alarmed?
I'm just not gonna get a game I don't want to pay. Wait, might get it from a sale, but right now I just know it's not a game I want to pay 70 bucks for. Yeah, if you get this game on a discount around 30 bucks, you're getting a good value. I used to. Like, I'm right there with you as well. Blinding Flash. Spot weaknesses. Alright, use a blinding flash to reveal hidden weaknesses. Attack the enemy's weak points to neutralize them more effectively or deal massive damage. Blinding flash. Hold, then hold R1. Alright, his weakness is nature. I don't know how I would attack him. Yeah, I don't know how I would get nature type attacks up to him. Ride the air current at the middle of the experiment. Oh, I can ride the air? Really? Oh no, shoot. There it is. Okay, gotcha. Ah, interesting. I'm not even facing him. He keeps knocking me out. Or it. Not quite sure what it is. Tenebrum. Eat, eat, eat. I'm eating raw meat. That's not very delicious. Alright, hold on. Let me go into inventory and get something that's maybe cooked. Inventory. go back. Fish. It's all raw? All I have is raw food? Oh wait, there we go. Apple. Let's take the apple. Oh no, it's not healing me much. Ugh. Oh no, I don't have any good meals. No. No. It's all raw food. I didn't bring any cooked food with me. I'm an idiot. Oh no. I can't believe I didn't bring any prepared meals. Oh, I missed. No, no. I might be screwed here. I keep missing. It's moving too fast. No. Oh, man, that sucks. I appreciate all the stuff you can do, like you said. It's not my preferred gameplay type. Oh, I might have to give up because I'm going to need to make some... Yeah, I'm going to have to give up. Yeah, I think within the game's combat, I think you'd enjoy some of the different bosses that you can fight. I've met a couple of really good ones, or I think I've fought 3 good ones, but there's a lot more out there that I haven't encountered yet. I think you'd appreciate the combat style. Okay, I have to go and do some cooking because I came in here with absolute crap in regards to healing items. And I would say in the combat, you can go into combat with a bunch of health consumables. And if you go in with a lot, you can just sit there and heal the whole time. So it's not a, I don't think it's a Dark Souls kind of combat where the things can kill you, but if you come in with enough items, you could just spam that. So you don't have to. You could just say, hey, I'm only going to go in with 3, and you could put that on yourself as a challenge. But it is certainly not a Souls-like, but it has enemies that feel that way. All right, we need to go into the map. We'll go back to town, some town. All right, let's go here. Let's go cooking. All right, it's 10 o'clock here. We're going to do this for no more than 2 more hours. All right. We need to go to a tavern. There's a question mark over here, like a new spot, but I think that's just... Oh, sorry guys, sorry.
Well now, don't you?
So say hi to Dahlia. It's my girl right here.
Cowardly shites. Grabbing you from behind like that.
Welcome. Looks like you've had a long day.
Trying to get her approval rating as high as it possibly can go. And then see what happens. I always gift her flowers if I have them. But I'll give her an apple instead. Oh, I can't give that to her? Boo. Alright, I'll give her some money. I'll give her a full copper pouch.
Here you are.
Cheers for that.
Alright, we're up at a 50. Alright, so let's buy some stuff. I should also probably do some cooking, but I always buy something, gift something, and talk to Dahlia. Alright, I don't want to sell.
Rest your bones. This is a haven for those with stories
We're
to
gonna
tell.
get jerky, picked vegetables, 120, 140, grilled meat. Let's do grilled meat. We'll just take her entire stock. I'm getting low on money though. I need to do some odd jobs. That might get me ahead in this. I'm almost bankrupt.
I'm sure you'll like it. I'm sure you'll like it.
I know I'll like it.
Welcome under my roof. If you fancy a tipple, my door's always open.
You say fancy a tickle. Have a good day, Dahlia. Oh wait, she has question marks. That must mean she's selling
A hearty good day to you.
new stuff. What's the question mark mean for her?
Blade to blade.
Hello there. What'll you be drinking? All are welcome under my roof.
Oh wait, this right here. The braised fish recipe. Which I can't buy anymore because I'm... Wait, I can't... No. What's the question mark for? I've already bought those from her, that's why. What's your question mark for there, girl?
All are welcome under my roof. My inn is always open to you.
What is over here? Sorry, Dahlia, I don't mean to encroach. I guess I can't get back here. I'm not gonna push her around either.
For being here.
As I
I'll help if
please.
I can. Good day.
I just steal that? Can I just take this? Oh, I can buy it. Oh. Okay,
Yeah.
that should be enough. Let's go back to the Institute.
What is it?
Try this fight again. Much more resources. Yeah, let me know which one, which game you decide to take out of those ones you listed, or if you decide to change something else. Get up and do all that battery stuff again. I think. I'm a little bit more prepared now.
Now then, shall we begin? I have
I should have saved before I came into this.
spent countless days in torment. Anomalies caused by my failed experiment brought ruin to us and the town. I was racked with shame and guilt, but my pride would not let me abandon my work. So, today, I shall prove my research. Now, let us begin.
Let me make a comment here. The way that I have been tackling this game is in a manner that allows for a pacing that feels more natural for the immense size of the world. And what I've done is I've spaced out primary story elements with a good chunk of grinding and exploration in the middle. It helps me level up in between, so when I get to these particular battles, I'm not at such a low level and I haven't spent any skill points, because I'm just trying to go from one mission to the next with nothing in between. So a way to play would be sprinkle, I'm going to say sprinkle some grinding in the middle. Man, fat fingers. In the middle of the primary story elements. This will give the player a sense of, let's say, accomplishment. Every once in a while I'll try to get onto the keyboard, because since speech to text has come around, I can sometimes just sit back here and speak, and then my typing skills go to absolute crap. Accomplishment and gravity within the narrative. And I say that because if a player for any game is only going from one story element to the next, but the game provides the player with side stories, side activities, things within the world that help you understand what it is that you're doing more than if you just went from one story element to the next. Now, there are games that are narratively written that way, so you can make your way through a story in a manner that needs you to go to the next one, and maybe there isn't a lot of side activities, but generally open world games that have a narrative that can arc through the entire experience. The arc covers what it is that can be experienced under the arc, and then you can go vertically, I guess. So if the story was this arc, you can, with, under that arc storyline, I'm not explaining this very well, but you can do a bunch of stuff down here, and then when you're ready, just go up to the arc again, but then fill in everything that's under the arc. That's metaphorically confusing, and I'm not articulating it very well, but just sprinkle some grinding, lack of a better description, in between the story elements. Alright, back down to the lock device. I don't know if I really got a solid grasp on this puzzle mechanic. Let me get back up into full screen here. Excuse me, folks. Alright, what did I do? I hit the middle one first. Then I hit the outside. Then I hit the bottom corner. Then I hit this bottom corner. Yep, and then I hit the top corner. And I think what it's doing is it's changing everything in a straight line. I thought it was maybe adjacency. There's no way physically that, well, unless they were on top of each other. I think the top-down angle was a little Alright, can I jump on top of this? I do have a double jump. For some reason I have not perfected my ability to double jump. Vertical. Climbing. Difficult. Ugh. Let's save here. Oh, I cannot save. Alright. Well, if I fail this, then hopefully the restart is totally missed. Surprised they're not saying anything. It's like, oh my gosh, how does he have this ability? How is he manipulating the battery? I get like Zelda vibes sometimes with this game. Oh, that was the comment that I also heard from industry leaders. They have said that Pearl Abyss is just a collection of proven gameplay systems thrown into one pot. And like maybe this tether system that he's using reminds me of Zelda. Climbing around on everything reminds me of Zelda. Some of the combat and character designs remind me of Souls-like games. There are so many gameplay mechanics, and thank God you can't. This is like Nintendo, right? Nintendo comes over and says you cannot have a gameplay system that you collect things, animals, and then use them to fight for you. How dare you use a gameplay mechanic? And thank God you can trademark names and art ideas and visual styles and all that other kind of stuff, but mechanics are very hard to try to claim. And I'm glad that most laws that protect certain things are not trying to protect a gameplay mechanic. Like imagine Sony's still trying, or not Sony, but Nintendo's still trying to get back you can't have any gameplay mechanic that has you collecting animals and then having them fight for you. And that it blows my mind that the industry is attacking this game because it uses similar gameplay mechanics that have been proven in other games. that would be like saying, well, my character walks in this game, so no other character can walk in that game. No character can swing a sword in any other game because the character in my game swings a sword. I'm glad that gameplay mechanics aren't some kind of protected. It's like tapping in Magic the Gathering. Like, no one else may tap or say the word tap.
Behold the gate at last perfected.
It doesn't allow for good, healthy competition.
He who breaks the chains of convention and seeks the truth.
Right.
And again, that's something for good conversation back and forth to help me understand it more, but...
Wait, is that so? Something's not right.
I'm gonna fast forward here.
Will you all bear witness to the gates of a new world opening?
Stop this! No!
My work is almost complete. If I were to stop now, I cannot prove my hypothesis.
Again, thank you for anybody that is still here with me. Eldon, thank you for being here. Any of those of you who are lurking, thank you for stopping by. Again, your time is a very valuable resource that I appreciate sharing with you. If you're watching on demand, thank you for watching as far as you have. Feel free to drop comments in the comment section below. Join the conversation on a live stream in the future. Very curious to have a dynamic conversation about what people think about the games I play or the games they play. Oh man, I barely got in and he hit me. Alright, let's figure out some other food options here. I may need to... Alright, so we have the satisfying grilled meat and bread. So we'll use the grilled bread first. Or we'll use the bread first. I find that my ability... Oh no, wait. I find my ability to lock on and face the Tenenbaum is much more challenging than I thought. Also, my force palm, like, see how I'm trying to point myself towards the Tenenbaum while I'm gliding, but I'm not getting a lot of solid control. Oh, jeez, man, I'm taking so much damage. Ugh. Wow, he's very hard to get myself facing towards him to attack him with the... Okay, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? Man, he's hitting me so hard. See, I don't turn very well. Oh, okay, so maybe I need to glide around a little bit more. I'm at 10 more bread. As soon as I get into the air, I try to start gliding or sprinting. What was it called? I guess it doesn't use much stamina. Okay, so I'm accelerating to move around. He's oh, double, triple, quadruple attack. Oh man, I cannot stay airborne for long enough. Oh. Alright, let's go ahead and use the stake instead. Alright, I just have to be able to aim at him and be in the air, ready to attack. Alright, so accelerate, 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 aim at him. Ah, missed. No! I don't know if there's a good way to block against his attack other than being behind these pillars. Sometimes as soon as I get in the air, accelerate, I gotta be able to aim back at him. Nope. I can't get my, what is it, the spirit charge, force palm ready and aiming towards him. Oh man, just getting airborne is a pain. Alright, eat. I've only got 6 of those left. Accelerate. From what I understand, there's no blocking in the air that I know of. Come on, get over there towards him. Get over there. Oh man, what would be the best way to describe this? My controls in the air are not as precise as, especially in combat, that I thought they'd be. The way that he glides, he doesn't really turn on a dime. It's more just a hard pull. Of course, I've never done any combat in the air like this before, so the majority of my experience with this crow gliding cape has just been gliding forward and down. I've done no combat in the air. Sometimes by the time I get in the air, he attacks me and I fall out of it. Now see how I'm not oriented the right way? I'm kind of slowly pulling. This guy is a pain. And it's because I don't have a good grasp of air combat. Alright, I've only got 4 more of those stakes left. There we go. And I only have to really hit him maybe 3 times. Oh, I missed him. There doesn't seem... I have not learned whether or not there is the ability to aim my force palm. See, if I'm aiming this like here, I can aim it this way. See how I can get a good quick turnaround? And I can aim it pretty easily on the ground. How I do that in the air, I am unsure. Alright, let's jump up in the air here. Oh, I was in the air for less than a second. Alright, I've only got 3 more left. Yeah, see how I'm not facing him? I'm trying to turn around. The camera's on him, but I can't face him. I need to be able to face him. And by the time I get around to facing him, he's attacking. Oh, what am I doing wrong? Just as I get in range of him, he moves. Come on, come on. Where are you? Turn around, Cliff. Oh. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? It should not be this hard. There we go. Did I get him? Jeez. That is a... I need to learn a lot more about aerial combat. I might even need to spend points in aerial combat to maybe have better control. Because as soon as I jump in the air and I'm gliding, I can't turn on a dime. Again, it's not wings, it's a cape. All it is catching air.
This is a travesty.
Octavius's experiment went wrong.
Wow.
Had I not granted him permission, I am to blame for all of this. What of Octavius?
Swallowed by the void.
A consequence of the experiment. Just now, there was some occurrence at the Spire of the Stars. Could you go and investigate?
Alright, swallowed by the void. Octavius was swallowed by the void created from a failed experiment at Scholar Institute. I don't even know if that's what this... Oh, it's Skolastone. Skolastone Institute. Scholastone. Skolastone. In the area of Skolastone, go to the Spire of the Stars. Oh, are we finally going up to that large? All right. Yeah, I need to learn a lot more about aerial combat. Yeah, here, what's...
What the fuck are you doing?
Hey, watch your language. I'm streaming here, mate. Alright, we're gonna go here. I want to go into this photo mode now. And please, tell me what is wrong. What is stereotypically wrong with this goblin? David Jaffe, creator of God of War, has said Pearl Abyss is stereotypically creating goblins. Wow, they even modeled the teeth in there. I don't know if we can clip through the model, but... Is it the nose that he's worried about? Who cares what goblins look like? They're goblins. I'm going to have to read more into his comment, and it was probably summarized. And sometimes news feeds on video games, and again, I'm not searching for it. I just come across it. And I've also found myself, unfortunately, being pulled into influencers on YouTube that used to create really interesting content but have since become sort of a statement or rumor mill. And I like, well, if you're going to do that, if you're going to spin up the rumor mill and feed into the rumor mill and then create forced and false perspectives based on rumors, that's the problem. That's the issue. Sometimes with the way that perspective comes to people. And it's just like, well, hold on a second. The way that you're describing what David Jaffe might be saying, I need to go investigate that myself. It just... Again, they showed the comments made by David Jaffe and had David Jaffe's image, and I'm going to have to trust but verify. But this day and age, it's very hard to trust what you find from strangers. And even if I haven't spoken to you and you're watching this video, I'm still a stranger. So if you hear about it from me, do not adopt that as the way it is. Go and look for more information on it. Don't take my word as the last word or any word that you hear. Ooh, look at the library. Books and books and books. Yeah, we have a library here in my local area that is kind of like this. It's got 4 or 5 levels. Oh, got some Harry Potter looking stuff here. Those books reorganizing. Seemed to be this part in its animation that looked like they were shifting together, but that might have just been a... Oh, wait, looks like there's books or something here that I can interact with. Must gain knowledge. Constellation Research Journal. Nope, don't jump. And the Knowledge Helm. We will take all books. Who are you, sir?
Do what you can for these lands. That's all I ask.
Now these giant-esque, I'm not quite sure, with trolls maybe, their voices sound deeper. Before they would sound way up here, and I made the whole, they're like Mike Tyson characters. They look like they're gonna be down here, and you will not stand near me in my space. But they'd be way up here and high, and they'd be just like every other normal voiced character, which that in itself may be stereotypical of giants, but I just feel your weight and your stature doesn't always match your voice, and that's okay. But
your silver could be used in the service of good.
Are you still lip syncing to something? Brenton.
Your silver could be used in the service of good.
Alright, so you want me to give you money. Huh. Alright. Let's see what you're selling.
My wares are for those who have proven themselves.
Ah, you're selling stuff. I think, didn't they say I had to buy something so I appear like they are? But I don't have this kind of money.
Everything here is destined for noble hands such as yours.
Such is mine. Am I noble? They don't want to buy any of my junk anyway. He wants to buy my pickaxe.
Take your time. My door's always open for you.
Alright, I'm inside the Everfrost. There is something up here. I don't even know if this is the right way to go to the Spire of the Stars. Explore we shall. Tis very cold in here. I imagine that might be why no one's hanging out. It's quite a nice library, though. Alright, we're probably going to have to go outside to find our way up to the Spire of the Stars. Yeah, there's these weird shadow entities here. I'm not quite sure what is causing that, but there are these dark blobs. I don't know what setting I might have on here that's causing that I might want to get rid of it. But look at this. I don't know if this is showing up. It should be showing up on stream. Yeah, see how... Oh. It's casting a shadow from something, but there's also a light source competing. That's interesting. Okay, so there's some kind of, maybe is it this light that's casting a shadow as well as, oh. Okay, well, I don't know. Would that actually look like that with... So I've got this light source here that's casting shadows real time. I've got this one over here also casting shadows that way. Would that actually be what's happening? And then this up here is casting a shadow down there. Okay. I don't know if that's how that shadow would look. I guess it's possible. Alright, let's go ahead and go back outside. Oh. Let's go this way. Or did I even try to go this left way? Okay, I think I came this way already. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, the lighting seems very weird in here. Does not seem like this is what it would actually be like. This might be a combination of things. I'll have to look at either Digital Foundry or somebody that says maybe I've got competing systems. I know there's PSSR, but I think that's just a resolution. And
only a fool begins with the most potent medicine.
Maybe an AI generated frames. I think PSSR is just resolution. But I am playing on... I think I'm playing on balanced. Yeah, I'm playing on balanced mode for this game right now. Alright, maybe I should have brought some alcohol, because I think alcohol warms me. And I'm wanting to get up there. I know not how I can get up there, but... Oh, what's this? Alright, before I make any more steps towards this, I'm going to take a quick restroom break. And I'll be right back. All right, we are back at it. Not 100% sure this is the way we need to be going to get into Spire of the Stars, which actually I could add that to our database. The more I know. Spire of the Stars. That is a location near Skullstone Institute. Skullstone Institute. Getting colder. What if I stand next to a heat source? Okay, it does. Okay, when I do stand next to a heat source, it does warm me up. I don't know if standing outside in the cold for too long is detrimental or if it hurts me. I have not, I think this is the highest I've been in the game so far. Yeah, we're just making a very slow roll up here. I'm not racing my way. I'm not going to be running in this game much. Unless I'm on my horse. Warm myself up here. Not knowing whether or not this is actually doing anything to me though, the cold weather. I'm making this laborious ascent take time to make the first approach to this feel a little more meaningful. For me in games, running everywhere kind of takes me out of the immersion. So this is a self-imposed natural way to encounter this space for the first time. My cinematic approach. Letting me soak it all in for a little bit longer. Take a peek and admiration at this massive surrounding world. Again, I have not been nearly anywhere in this game. I have not been over to that any of that city. At least maybe I've run through there, but I'm not sure how far out that way I can go, because that is Hernan City right there. That's where I've spent most of my 40 hours, is primarily down in there. And it's boggling to my mind how much time I can spend in this game, and that I want to spend in this game. And when I get to new areas, it's another 40 hours. And I'll bring this up, and I've done this in previous streams, that I haven't really spent a lot of time here. I've certainly traveled into these areas, but I haven't spent a lot of time at Karanso. And I can still push down here. And an easy way to see what I think is playable areas is to go over here to Factions in the Maps tab, and then zoom all the way out, and it'll give you these like control areas. And I've not spent any time in Elysium. It's primarily been all in Hernand. I've spent little to no time, and if I zoom in here, it'll show you like what parts of the map I've been to. Demonis. I haven't been to Demonis. I haven't been up here to Payloon's area. The name of the game, Crimson Desert. I have not been anywhere up here, and I'm not quite sure how much space I'm going to be able to get over here. But again, I've been mostly, if not entirely, and I'll kind of zoom. Let me take out. I'll take right here. We go. Zoom out. All right. So this lit area here is where I've been. Now you can see some of this gray area up here I haven't been to, and that's 40 hours, and a good chunk of that, like down. I'm gonna try to move the map over here a little bit so it's closer to where I can point. You see this little sliver here that goes along the coastline? That was me just trying to paint and like just explore that coastline. And I came up on. I'm gonna move the map again. See if I can move it to where it makes sense for describing it to you guys. And right in here, I'm going to be trying to point to it. Right in here, there is a small town, and I'm going to zoom in on it here a little bit. Right up here. All right, so right over here, there's a small town that I found, and I haven't really see the name of it. If I can highlight it, Church of Valua. All right, Valua. This little town, and there's really cool out here in the middle. I don't know if I can get to it. Right here, there is a ship, and I've taken a picture of this, and it's probably one of the best pictures I've taken. Now I'm going to try to bring this up. I've taken a lot of videos here. I don't know if I still have it here. It's probably not one of my top 15. I've been back into Cyberpunk, so yeah. There is a picture that I've taken, and I kind of want to go to my media gallery to see if I can find it for you guys. Give me a quick second here. I feel like it's one of the best pictures I've taken in Crimson Desert. I've taken a bunch of pictures. Here it is right here. Like, this image is like one of my favorite images. And it is just a gorgeous image. Now, I didn't do a lot of zooming, or not say zooming, but I made the focus be closer to the screen and the distance be kind of fading. And I'm going to take off my camera here. And like, this image for me says a lot to me. And I don't know if I can get to that ship. I've swam out there, and there's these mines that are keeping me from getting there. I don't know if that's the game saying I can't go there. But it would be nice to even have the capability of having sea combat. Now, I did grow up on Assassin's Creed, and Assassin's Creed was the first feel like go anywhere, explore the majority of the map. And there's been a lot of really good videos out there that talk about they say the size of the map, and it'll be like, I'll use Elden Ring because I watched a video recently and it included Elden Ring, and the initial estimates were 79 kilometers squared, and that's the entirety of the map, including the water. But you can't play in the water, you can't swim in Elden Ring, so the playable area is a lot smaller than 79 kilometers square. It's still a large map, but the area that you actually are able to interact with and play with is smaller than 79 kilometers squared. And there's really good video out there that I watched, and it kind of breaks down. It removes the water. Okay, that's not a playable area anymore, but it's still fairly large. It's not small by any stretch of the word, but the playable area is really important sometimes to just be able to explore, and that's just for the explorer part of it. Gameplay is the most important part, right? Because once you're done exploring, you might want to play your game. So yeah, but this image that I took was by far my favorite image so far, and it's just one of a million you can take. And that's what I really appreciate about a photo mode, is the ability to jump in and explore all this work that people are putting into the worlds. I did a ton of that in Cyberpunk 2077. But yeah, I've got so much exploration, and that's probably one of my top 3 things in a game, is to be able to explore a world that has a good game, and then be able to, once you're done with the game, now explore the world that's surrounding it. Cyberpunk 2077 is by far my favorite game of all time. And after the story was over, which was a great story, even the side missions were almost felt better sometimes than the main story. But after that, the city has so much environmental storytelling to do, and this Crimson Desert has that. So this slow walk is a part of that. First time I've been in here. It's like an elevator there. Symbols might mean something. Looks like a sideways hourglass. They're showing that sideways hourglass a bunch. Alright, that's telling me this one right here. Oh, did not want to jump. Something is required. Alright, puzzle exploration time. Alright, what information do we have to go off of here? Looks like something could go right there. Alright, we're going to go in first person here for a little bit. Just for exploration. Looks like something could slot in there. Both sides. What do we got here? Alright, circle. I don't see the sideways hourglass. Alright, so we got square, circle, sideways hourglass. Right, I think we'll just call it hourglass from this point on. We've got triangle, square, circle is up by 2. The circle one's dot here in the middle. I don't think I can interact with things while I'm in first person. Can I? Oh, maybe I can. Can we go up? This is definitely an elevator. Alright, I don't know if this means anything, but hourglass is 3, hourglass is 4, triangle is 2, circle is 3, let's go back over here, yep, circle is 3, square is 0. Are those... I have to insert something. I don't think I can climb, but we're going to try. Oh, wait, okay. My stamina, though, is not going to last that long. Okay, so let's not climb to our death. We need to find objects to interact with. Let's see if I punch this, if anything happens. Okay, that created one. Circle already has its piece in it. Alright, so we need one more. Let's find the other one. It might be on the other side. Yep, okay. Cool, cool, cool. I was not centered on that properly. Alright, this is squares, so let's take it over to square first. Alright, engraved stone. Can we take a look at engraved stone? Just take a quick look at it. Where are you at? Right here. Select this. I can't examine it. I wish we could examine it. Alright, so let's go over to square. And square is 0. So let's get square to 0, which it's already at. So we just leave it there. Why did it go all the way up? That's not where I want it to be. Okay, so if I put square... Hold on, let me see if... Can I take this back out? Oh no! Alright, well maybe we just let it do what it's supposed to do. Let's just insert these blocks. Maybe I can manipulate them later. Maybe. Alright, so I took from triangle, so let's put that in triangle. That one goes all the way up too. I feel like it has to be that the order they're showing on the walls here. You put it in the wrong order, dead. Go to the top of the spire of the stars. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Alright, circle 2, square. It doesn't look like I can control it any. I can't make it go up and down. Oh, wait a second. It does look like it has handlebars on it, doesn't it? Alright, square was down at the bottom. We need triangle down to 2. And then the other one's where it needs to be. There we go. Slowly increasing in speed. Oh, it's gonna chop me up. It's a blender. Oh, didn't wanna. Whoops. I hope that comes back up. Or I can glide back down. Treasure. its way all the way down. I'm gonna make a slow walk, folks. It's probably extremely boring, but gotta make that first encounter a little meaningful for me. Up we go, up we go. I don't know, folks. It's about to be over for me. Is this the end? Earl Grey and a little bit of oat milk. I don't think I have my water bottle here, though. Oh, he got pulled in here. That's why he's here. He is not looking good.
Stop him tearing open the ring.
Octavius! What's happening here?
Octavius. Alright, I'm adding some stuff here to my database. Give me one momento. Alright, so he faded into nothing when Cliff found him in the abyss. I've added Octavius, I think doubly somewhere. I'm not quite sure where I did that. Oh, there it is. So I can take it out of here. Alright, so Damien and Anka, these are playable character, member of I don't know, Grey Mane with an A clan. highlight these two because these are playable characters. Cliff should be up here at the top. Aliston the Old Beggar. Alright, let me organize my database here. Alphabetize it. Cliff should be in here. There he is. Playable character. Alright, Marius, Cliff's fellow from the clan. We already have him, so we can delete this line. Mary Poppins bag. I think this was a comment. Let's cut this one out. Put it back over here in feedback. There is a Mary Poppins bag. I don't know. It's average. Let me add a speech to text here. The player has a bottomless storage capacity. Or do they? I don't think we have a bottomless capacity, but I don't know whether or not... Yeah. Let me... Oh, no, that's not what I meant to say. Hold on. Can put anything of any size inside their inventory. That's what I meant to say. That's a Mary Poppins bag. Now, Mary Poppins bag could have infinite amount of things in it, but like the amount of things that a player can grab onto and then just put behind their back and it disappears, to me, that's a Mary Poppins bag. Again, that's an average thing for all games. It's not something that's unique or really that big of a problem. Who's gonna... There are some games, I think, out there that prevent you from having a bottomless. I think Death Stranding kind of does that. Like, there's nothing... You can't carry anything that you don't see on your character. But they have a very different... the Kojima Productions has a very different take on that. Yay! New spawn point. And we are above the world here. And we could jump off and it would take us back down. So we are above the Institute. Directly above the Star Spire, it looks like. Or Spire to the Stars. Alright, I think this is going to allow me to glide up. It almost looks like a fan. Here, let me get out of this database here. I apologize. Let's see. Maybe we just... Oh. I don't know if I'll be able to climb over here. Whoops. Whoop. Yep, I've messed that up. Now we're gonna have to fast travel back up there. Alright, let's see if we can go to the map. Go back up to the abyss. And go back to this one right above me. I fell off the edge. I fell off the edge. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, there looks to be a platform. There's a platform over here. I don't... Oh, let's pound this. Something is going on here. What is happening? Wait, what? So it zooms out. And then I operate it. Do I need to pull it out of there real quick? Wait, I don't understand. Okay, I go over to here, and then it says I operate it. I don't know what I do after that, though. What? Alright, let's go over to this one. Find the one responsible for the rift. Wouldn't that have been Octavius? Octavius is the one that opened the rift. Alright, let's jump back over here. What am I doing here? The only option I have, let's go. Oh. Hold on a second. I'm actually changing the color of each of these. Let's operate that one. Does that do anything? What? What is happening? Okay, so operating it, what, teleports the platform there? Is that how that works? Alright, if I want to teleport... Now I'm over on this one here. Now I'm over on this one here. Now I'm over on that one. So if we operate that, does that pull that platform all the way over there? No, it doesn't. Okay. That should pull my platform back over, right? Yeah, okay. I walk around carefully. Now why it does, it's very... Goes to black screen. I felt like it was much smoother before. I don't know what's going on there, but... Alright, do I want to go to that one? Alright, can I climb this? Ah, the exploration and just discovery is so good. Look for the person causing the rift. Let's go over here. Every square platform beckons me. No. Oh, there's a button, I guess, over there. So if I jump and do a force palm, forget how to do force palm. What do I do? Alright, let's go walk behind this thing, see what's over here. It says I'm supposed to be back over there, but we'll explore a little bit here. I actually haven't done this a lot. Okay, because we're not walking through there right now. Find the one responsible for the rift. Now there is a iconography here. That's probably a mechanic I've forgotten how to interact with. I don't think it's lantern. Oh, that's weird looking. Pretty sure they're not wanting me to climb to the top of any of this. I have done sort of a ground smack to energize platforms that look like this. But there's a way that I could do it. I don't know what happened to my double jump. It looked like it moved. But there's also a way... God, the double jump is just... Axiom force, force palm. Okay, I'm not doing that. How do I do that? There it is. Really all about timing, I guess.
When all else changes, you alone remain unchanged. What?
Who is that? Alright, the quote was, "When all else changes, you alone remain unchanged."
Oh, is that...
Is that them catching him falling out of the sky?
Greymane, are you unharmed? I was startled to see you fall from the sky so suddenly.
That's what I do.
But I saw Octavius in the abyss.
Did he say Octavius?
He instructed me to stop the one set on tearing open a rift.
Please, tell me all that transpired.
At the heart of a storm stood a man standing there. He spoke as if he knew me, and then I was flung from the abyss and ended up here.
I can go back. Right? I can go to the abyss anytime.
Your words are concerning, for that is not a place where just anyone may tread. I must uncover the man's identity, find out what drew him there, and why. For now, I will halt all experiments related to the Abyss. Our efforts will turn to finding Octavius. And that man. Everything remains unclear, so act with caution.
Okay, so Octavius at this institute was trying to get to the abyss. He was opening up a rift, I guess, to enter the abyss. I keep calling it a failed experiment, but he wanted to get there. But because of him being pulled into the abyss the way that he was, he ended up just being dissolved. So when we found him in the abyss after being okay, so he had an experiment. The experiment seemed to have failed, and he got inadvertently pulled into the abyss, but I thought that's what Octavius was trying to do this whole time, was to get into the abyss. So he kind of succeeded, but not in the way he wanted to, right? So I'm going to put that. He succeeded, but not... He succeeded in getting to the abyss. He succeeded in getting to the abyss, but not the way he expected. Alright, and then there's... mysterious man who opened the rift said to Cliff, when all else changes, you alone remain unchanged. I'm going to go over here and bring up the share, because I'm spending... If I spend a little bit, not too much time, but if I spend a good chunk of the moment here, I'll share with you as it's happening. So, a mysterious man in the abyss. I don't know what to call him. Mysterious man in the abyss. Seems to know Cliff. And pushed Cliff off the abyss. When confronted. Yeah, I'm not sure who this guy is, but that's the whole thing about it, is the exploration and discovery part of it. Okay, so return to Howling Hill. This is again a main campaign. And look at the highlighting and the lighting on those trees out there. That is excellent. And is the sun directly above right now. It seems to be highlighting them on that side. Yeah, that lighting is excellent. And even those trees at a far, far, way out there are still, like, everything out there is moving. That is wicked. I don't know if they'd give that much animations to... I mean, they might. This is, again, Pearl Abyss's proprietary engine. Of course, it feels like everybody's... I don't know if the horse is stuck. I can't get on him. There we go. So their engine is pretty powerful, and they've proven that. Alright, so return to Howling Hill. Let's see what we're at on time. Streaming for about 2 hours and 51 minutes. Well, let's go back to Howling Hill. Maybe we can do a... oh, I have to get off of my horse. I think they need to fix this. So if I wanted to fast travel to Howling Hill, and I normally only fast travel when I'm doing streams. So if I could teleport here... Oh, maybe they fixed that. Oh wait, they fixed it. Hold on. A previous comment I made here for traversal. Let's see. Oh, maybe they fixed that since before I could not interact with a teleport waypoint while sitting on my horse. They're constantly updating and changing quality of life stuff there. Wow. Alright, I think this will be the last thing we do for this stream. I'm going to go get ready for hanging out at the board game lounge.
You're here.
And playing more narrative games. I'm going to be over there playing Etherfields from Awakened Realms, and also playing a boss battler called Grim Coven, which is really, really good. Again, from Awakened Realms. I've been really, really impressed with Awakened Realms games. The only game that I probably will never play of theirs is Nemesis. Again, it feels too much like Alien for me, and I wish it was Alien. But it might be a better game because it's not in the Alien IP. This game just gets better and better the more I play it. If it's chained up in there, it probably doesn't want to be chained up in there. End of a chapter. Chapter 5, Guest Unbidden. I wonder what the end game is like.
Oh, you're back. Running this place is turning out to be harder than I expected. Or am I just being ungrateful?
I keep telling you, you shouldn't push yourself so hard.
Oh, this leg's still fine. Both arms are in one piece.
I'm looking for the Grey Mains.
Aye. What is it?
I bring a message from Marquis Circus. A large delegation from Demonis will attend the Harvest Festival banquet. If you are able, he strongly urges that you attend.
A banquet? That's sudden.
The Marquis mentioned he may need your help. I'll take my leave.
I'll think about it.
An invitation to the banquet. We're reaping the rewards of the Marquis's favor. But why? Why would a delegation from Demonis come all this way? A large one at that.
Ooh, Demonis, they're talking about that
right.
other region.
It wouldn't come without a reason.
Wait, Damien's from Demonis, isn't she? She must have fled for a reason.
Are we getting into Damien's quest line?
Aye, we should.
Could the delegation be a pretense for something else?
Yeah. I wouldn't put it past them.
Hold on. Where is Damien anyway?
She went out to see someone. Said she had something to look into.
Shouldn't we tell her?
I'll find her and let her know.
Damien has left Greymane camp. You cannot select Damien as your character until she returns to the camp. Interesting, y'all. Alright, man. I want to play more, and again, I will not stream every movement forward in this game, even though I kind of want to capture that data to have it for archive purposes. I am on a road to put 1,000 hours into this game, and that is no magic number. 100 hours, I've seen a lot of, hey, I've reached 100 hours, let me now give it a review. I don't think this game can be reviewed and looked at after an hour, and I've seen many reviews out there that do not give this game its due. They don't really play this game, I think, in a way that highlights what's so magical about it. And I've decided to give this game a lot of my time. And I've said in previous streams that this game will demand a lot of your time. But if you give it your time and take your time and just allow what's going on to be absorbed by you in a more natural way versus I feel like there's an obligatory rush towards getting a review out. And again, time is money, and people's time is the most important resource they have, the most valuable resource they have, the most limited resource they have that they cannot buy back more. Sure, you could be healthier to extend your time, but eventually that time will come to an end. So people's time is valuable. So I know that they want to get things in front of them so they understand it in a quick manner. 100 hours is a good amount of time. I generally will be okay listening to points of view with 100 hours in. Maybe even 10 hours in. I'll start to have conversations with people. But if someone tells me, I haven't even played it, I don't like it, it's okay, well, that's okay. But I won't take a review point of view. Now, there's a common thing that's going around with YouTube videos that they'll put 100 hours in, and that's sort of a magical number that people gravitate towards. That might be the length of the game if you're just going from story element, primary story element to primary story element. And I don't feel, and again, every game should be played in a different way by different people. So I recommend for people to play games for themselves and not listen to reviews. Don't even listen to mine and say, oh, well, maybe I like it because this person likes it, because everybody plays games differently. And this game gives you those tools to like go into the game in whatever fashion you want, whatever like steps you want to take, you can take. And that feels good. That's what's unique about these styles of games, is when they open the world up to you. And I might even myself get a different perspective on what open world means. And I think I'm almost wanting to redefine open world. I think for the majority of people, the majority of gamers will say, well, that means I can explore. Well, yeah, I think it is. But I also think there's more underlying ways of looking at an open world game. What have they opened up to the player? What doors have they opened for the player to do things within their world? One of those could be the open world, the way that you're able to explore and go anywhere you want to check off that block of exploration. The open world narrative is the world telling you a story in and of itself. Now, I know, and even Eldon, a good friend that also streams himself, the comment, and I've heard this comment before, but he also mentioned that comparison is the thief of joy. And if I'm going to be comparing to other games, I don't want to say that because game A has it and game B doesn't, that makes game B bad. That's not what I'm trying to say. When I compare the environmental storytelling that CD Projekt Red does in Night City, I love that game so much because of that. This game has that too. There's some environmental storytelling going on here that is kind of on the side, and if the player takes the time to do that, like in a game in Elden Ring, like they are not spoon-feeding you the narrative and all of the lore. You need to spend your time going out and looking for it. I think that's pretty common with most of the Souls games from Software. Pearl Abyss is doing that too. I feel the game world wants you to take your sweet-ass time, and I'm allowing the world to be absorbed. I'm absorbing the world in a very methodical, meandering, I've said before. I'm letting my gameplay mind absorb as much about this world as I can, so when the story elements come up, they resonate much more than they would if I was just going, okay, let's go to the next story, let's go to the next story. And all this backdrop stuff that they mention in their dialogue is like, oh, wait, I know what you're talking about. Demoness, I mean, if you knew the map of Demoness, you'd kind of get a familiarity with, oh, I've been familiar with that. Or if they talk about characters, if they talk about the struggles that the people and the NPCs are having in their villages because of the bleed bandits and everything that's going on around them, because I've taken the time to go, smack against the bleed bandits, even though it wasn't necessarily required by me, I can see the faction kind of become stronger, and the roads are now being patrolled by those particular factions because I spent the time grinding, if you will, or spending time on the roads more than I have been just trying to get to that review. And I'm not doing a review, but that obligatory review requirement, the obligatory reviews that a lot of reviewers try to get to, I think rushes them through games. And I think I'm just repeating the same point of view in different ways. So without dragging this on any more than I have, thank you guys so much for your time. I appreciate those that come by and are either watching this live and hanging out, that interact with me. Again, thank you to Eldon. Thanks to Erotic Studmuffin. Thanks to those that come in and talk about the games they love and talk about the games I'm playing. I appreciate the interaction, and if you're here watching on demand, please drop some comments in the comments below. I'd love to go back and forth, and join me for a live stream in the future, and we'll talk about what I may be thinking, and then it's like a prove me wrong thing that Louder with Crowder, if you've ever watched that, I did kind of appreciate. You have a sense and a specific way of thinking, but I challenge you to sit down and actually have a conversation. And like the way that people can interact that way, I think is very special, to get a different point of view, but not be like led and replaced by one point of view. It's just so that you can get a well-rounded point of view. So I hope that I've done that in some way, and I hope to do that more with people in the future. All right. Yeah, I think that'll do. 3 hours was pretty good. I will be returning probably later next week. I do have a tight schedule that I may not be able to play or stream as much as I want to at the times I was doing before. I was doing early morning streams like around this time, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time here in California. That's probably going to change over the next 2 weeks, but I'll still be streaming. Just depends on when I'm doing so. So maybe I'll capture and interact with people in a different way there. All right. Thank you so much. Your time, most valuable resource you have. I do appreciate you guys spending some of it here with me, and I hope to see you guys again very, very soon. All right. Bye.
It is good to see you.